Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Echo. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, you can get it for free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that made this game and are making other games, you can go to their Patreon, $3 a month. So, on the last Let's Play, we got back to Leo's house without a problem, but Clint was there. And he told us about some kind of ghost train, a way that might get us out of town, or some kind of random train, I don't know. And Leo was acting really messed up. He was acting, like he wanted to shoot Clint, but Kudzu prevented that. And then we all kind of had a bit of dinner, and Leo got violent again, swung at Kudzu, threw him out of the house. Clint luckily ran away, and then Leo was acting very, like red flaggy boyfriend. So now, TJ and Carl are standing at the back door, staring out into the night. Leo pushes past them, ears perked as he tries to see through the darkness. The train sounds... Oh yeah, we heard a train, I think. Sounds incredibly close. Almost like it's only feet away. Should we go to it? Like Clint said? Leo pauses, his nose twitching, before he waves his paw at us. You guys stay here. I'm gonna have a look. Leo? And just like that, the wolf disappears into the night, leaving us behind. Oh yeah, I should adjust my face, probably. I stare out into the night. So, I guess Clint wasn't shitting us after all? Huh? Yeah. All I can think about right now, though, is Kudzu. Did he hear the train right now? Was he on his way over there? I look to my right, towards Kudzu's house, only a few hundred feet away. Quietly, I start stepping outside. Chase? Carl's voice behind me is timid, scared. I look back at him, able to make out the whites of his eyes in the darkness. TJ looks behind him, staring at me as well, though far more stoically. I'll be right back. I just need to check on Kudzu. Everything that Kudzu had done for me up to this point, saving me multiple times, making sure I was doing okay, nursing me back to health. Hell, even helping me with my project before all this shit went down. I'm not going to abandon him. Just like with Leo, when he was imprisoned by Duke, I feel it's my responsibility. Only this time, the urge is even stronger. I have to make sure Kudzu makes it out of here, like the rest of us. Carl, though, doesn't look so enthusiastic about that. I don't know if that's such a good idea. You saw Leo. Carl looks over my shoulder, and do the same, worried that maybe the wolf was coming back. But all I see is darkness. I realize that Carl is just as afraid as the wolf as I am right now. I swear, I'm only going to be away for a few minutes. If Leo asks, tell him I don't know. Just tell him I need some air. I don't wait for Carl to finish that sentence. My eyes slowly adjust, but it's too dark to really see any more than 5 feet. The amount of stars overhead is almost dazzling, but it's not enough light to help me see. In fact, it's almost disorienting. The way the bright powder look, the sky clashes in the black horizon of the mountains. Focusing on it too much makes my stomach turn, and I turn my eyes down, trying to focus on the barely visible ground in whack. Until my face slams right into something big, hard, and full of twigs. Jesus fucking goddamn it! I shout and whisper into my paws, curving my nose, afraid of for a second that maybe I ran into one of my eyes through. A quick but shaky examination of my fingers puts Saphir at ease. though now I feel like my muzzle has gone flat into my face. That jolt had me feeling all the aches of my past 2 instances with cars. I stand there in the dark for a moment, gathering my senses. It's almost completely silent now. The train, if it was a train, has passed us by at this point. The metallic clacks and rushing sound is far behind me. Standing in the silence, though, is starting to give me second thoughts. I'm pretty sure there aren't any trees between Leo and Kudzu's house. Did I get off the track somehow? Something cracks a little ways ahead of me, and I freeze up, my ears twitching. I listen hard, trying to hear anything above the crickets. Okay, yeah, this was really fucking stupid. I remember that I'm not at all that far away from Leo's house, and look back at the yellow squares of windows in the distance. I should probably go back to reorient myself and try to get to Kudzu's house again. As I'm turning around, though, another crack behind me, followed by a muffled voice. Shit. I freeze at the voice, open my mouth to try and quietly call out, but stop myself. I can't be sure, but it sounded like Kudzu, a bit muffled and low-pitched. I decided to wait a while longer, with one foot pointed out towards Leo's house. And then, this time, the sound is right next to me, and I jump in the air. I make a run for the house, and immediately trip over several rocks, going face first into the ground. I'm scrambling at the sand ground with my paws and feet when I hear the voice again. He looks a little more disheveled, but I guess that's just how he looks. Whoa. Chase. I slump back to the ground in relief. Oh my god, Kudzu, how the hell are you doing? Or what the hell are you doing? I feel the raccoon's paws feel over me, then pull me back up to my feet. I heard the train, then I saw someone. Are you okay? From the faint light in the stars, I can make out Kudzu's ears and the tip of his muzzle. My eyes have adjusted to the point where I can even see the mask in his fur. Yeah, I wanted to come get you, in case we were going to try and hop the train. I look over my shoulder, trying to listen for the train again. A little late for that, hey? Well, yeah, but I didn't want to leave you behind. I rub my face, where I hit the branch. Listen, I don't know what's going on with Leo, but maybe we can go back and try to talk. Kudzu shakes his head. Nah, I don't think he's gonna listen. As much as I hate to admit it, Kudzu is probably right. Well, I'm not gonna leave you here, after everything we went through. I see a glint of white teeth as Kudzu gives me a small smile. Wow, well, thanks, man. But really, you should probably get back before we... At the moment, I realize something. Wait, what were you doing out here? You said you saw someone? Kudzu shifts slightly, from one foot to the other. I thought I did, at least. Like, someone from the town, or... I think it was your friend. What? The fox? Jenna? Jenna? Oh, please be Jenna. And alive. My eyes go wide as I turn back to the darkness, squinting. Where'd you see her? Kudzu turns to look with me, then takes a few steps forward. Well, I was going back to my trailer after the whole thing with Leo. Then this fox girl just kinda jumped up from the side of my house. Where'd she go? My heart hammering in my chest right now as I strain to see her. Jenna's been on my mind since the very beginning, and her absence has only become more prominent after finding the others. Well, I think she went off in that direction. Kudzu points to the darkness. I could hear her running off, but then the footsteps stopped. So I thought she might have stopped and hid somewhere. Come on, then. I motion Kudzu forward, then steps towards the blackness of the wilderness. Hold on. I was gonna grab a flashlight. There's no way we're finding anything out there at this time of night. You go get him. I'll wait. Of course I'm terrified of being left alone, I'm also terrified of Jenna running away if I don't keep watch. I'm getting the feeling she might be under the same influence of Carl or TJ had been earlier. You sure? Yeah. I want to stay here in case she comes out. I wave him away. Okay, but yell if something happens, alright? Okay. Kudzu goes in and comes out in less than a minute, though it feels way longer than that. While he's gone, I risked a few loud whispers of Jenna's name, but I didn't get any response. Pretty soon, a beam of light is sweeping the dirt, sagebrush, and cacti as we slowly make our way in the direction of Jenna had run. Apparently, it was through the backyard. And out towards the desert. I'm worried that she didn't stop running. Why was she running? Did she say anything? I whisper softly to Kudzu as I fall along with him, one hand on his shoulder. No, just looked up at me and took off. Looked terrified of something. I frown, my paw tightening a bit on the raccoon's shoulder. Maybe it's just because she doesn't know you, right? Maybe she was heading to Leo's place. Maybe. I try to focus on the sea of pale glow in front of me, the bright, cold light of flashlight sucking the color out of the desert. The grays and whites all sort of blend together after a while, and the swinging motion of the beam starts to lull me into a weird hypnotic state. It's at this moment that I catch the movement out of the corner of my eye, on the right, where the light isn't currently pointed. I hear a sound shifting dirt and gravel, immediately followed by a bizarre, high-pitched snarl that makes me gasp in horror. I actually even piss myself a little as I see a glint of white teeth. Kudzu tries to swing the beam back in the direction of the sound, and at the same time I try to pull him back with a paw on his shoulder. Whatever it is hits Kudzu hard, knocking him back and suddenly stumbling to land on my ass. The flashlight rolls away from the raccoon's paw and shines in my face, briefly blinding me. Well, since it's not bad music, hopefully it's a good person. Or a person? The same person? I can sense a loud growling commotion right in front of me, along with the sound of Kudzu grunting. Nimbly, I reach out and shine up the flashlight, then turn to the sounds. First I see Jenna, her ears back, teeth bared, swinging her paws at a crumpled heap on the ground. That heap is Kudzu. He's got his arms up in self-defense, snarling back, his eyes wide. Jenna! And just like that, the snarl drops from her face, and her eyes snap to mine. Chase? But then, the position is suddenly reversed as Kudzu grabs the fox by the wrist and practically barrel rolls. Now Kudzu sits on her back as he keeps hold on her wrist. Wait, stop! I rush over to them, grabbing Kudzu's upper arm, trying to pull his paw away from Jenna. It's okay, she's good. She recognized me. Kudzu only hesitates for a moment before scrambling off the fox and back away, breathing hard. Jenna quickly sits up, absent-mindedly brushing off her shirt as she looks up at me. Oh my god, Chase! She says it in a hushed whisper, putting a paw to her mouth. Jenna, are you okay? Reach down to help her up, and she immediately goes to hug me. I stand there awkwardly for a moment as she buries her face in my shoulder, gasping for breath. I'm not sure if she's crying or not. Are you okay? I ask again, patting her back awkwardly. Sorry. I'm fine. Jenna steps back and wipes under her eye with the back of her paw. I don't know where any of you were. Where were you? Jenna looks alright, for the most part, except for a bunch of dirt on her clothes and in her fur. But then, I don't know if that's from before or after she was wrestling with Kudzu. I don't know. I was out in the desert, and it's still dark, obviously, but I can make out from her face that she seems to struggle for words. Finally, Kudzu steps in. Hey, let's get into my trailer. we can talk it out in there, right? Jenna silently nods, then seems to really focus on Kudzu. Wait, who are you? I step in for the raccoon. This is Kudzu. He's a friend. He saved me a bunch of times. That seems to be good enough for Jenna. With that out of the way, we all head back towards the trailer. Quietly, Kudzu lets us into his trailer, opening the screen door slowly so that it doesn't creak. He motions us inside, and Jenna follows in behind me, pressing close. I suppose she has a good reason to be wary of the place. She doesn't really know Kudzu, and at this point, it's hard to even trust people that you do know. Kudzu closes the door and slides the locks into place. Jenna stands next to me in the small living room area, arms folded tightly against her body, like she's hugging herself. Hey, you want to sit down? I gesture at the recliner, which Jenna stares at for a few seconds. I don't know. The fox's ears are twitching around and pointed straight up. I turn to the small love seat against the wall instead. Maybe there, I can sit with you. After a few moments of staring at the couch, Jenna finally nods. She walks swiftly over the couch, looking at it for a moment before finally sitting down. I notice 3 crumpled up patches of fur on the back of her neck. It takes me a moment to realize that it's dried blood. Has someone attacked her? Had she hurt herself? Jenna still doesn't relax when we're settled, and is instead sat bolt upright, leaning hard against my shoulder. Much like her ears, her eyes are darting around, mostly over the curtained window to her right. Meanwhile, Kudzu likes to sit on the empty recliner, after turning it a little to face us. The scraping sound it makes on the floor causes Jen to jump. Kudzu pauses, blinking, and then settles back in the recliner. Sorry, I really should put a rug under this thing. Jenna doesn't say anything, instead just looks back at the window. Kudzu shifts awkwardly in the chair, then looks at me. I look at Jenna, trying to think of something to say. Jenna beats me to it. Do you know where the others are? TJ? Or Carl? Oh yeah, they're at Leo's place. Them and Leo. Jenna frowns at me. Then why are we here? Let's go. She starts to stand up, but I reach out a paw, grabbing her arm. She flinches and yanks away from me, standing up fully. Sorry, just hold on a second. It's complicated. Why? Jenna takes a step back from me, folding her arms. The look in her eyes is worrying, like she's starting to not trust me. Look, Leo, he's kinda uptight right now. Maybe not the word to use, but okay. I guess I just want to give him some space. Give myself some space, really, away from him. Kudzu shifts in his chair again. He kicked me out. Things got a little heated between us. Jenna looks at Kudzu, the deep frown still on her face. Why? Leo wouldn't do that without reason. She looks back at me, as if wanting some sort of confirmation. I nod. Leo isn't really himself right now. I'm really worried about him. Can we go over there and talk to him? I open my mouth, but I pause, trying to think of the right way to say it. I don't know. Not right now. I'm not leaving Kudzu, so I'm gonna have time to think of a way to get Leo to calm down. I'm also considering just staying separate from him until we can get out of here, but I don't want to tell Jenna that. She looks stressed out as is. Now that I think about it, I wouldn't be surprised if Leo's out there hunting for me right now. Odds are that he's going to come here eventually. Maybe. Maybe he jumped the train already. That reminds me though. Oh yeah, we think we found a way out. Really? Yeah, apparently train goes through here once in a while, We're thinking we can hitch a ride on it. Jenna takes that in, then just nods. The silence drags out for a minute or two before I finally lean towards her again. It's okay, just sit down and relax for a minute. She does so with even more hesitance than the first time, sitting on the couch cushion like it might be a landmine. So, where were you these last few days? If you want to tell me, I mean. Jenna stares at the floor, then shrugs. I don't really know. It's kind of a blur. I nod. Yeah, same. I guess it happened 3 days ago? I don't remember, but everything was normal until TJ woke up. It was like he was in a trance or something. I wasn't sure what was wrong with him. I thought he might have been having a seizure. Then, I thought he was in a psychosis of some kind. He left the motel and just started running, so I followed him. He ran all the way to the lake, and I was sure he was going to go in, but then he just stopped on the shore and stared at it. I caught up to him and tried to talk to him, but it wasn't like I was there. But it was like I wasn't there. All he would say was your name, Chase. Chase, where's Chase? I think he was looking in the water for you. Jenna looks right at me. I don't know why. Do you? Of course not. I shake my head. I have no idea. Liar. The couch tilts. It's getting kind of loud, just saying. And so I sort of grabbed his shoulder to lead him back away from the lake. But then he turned on me, and he sort of just changed. The water changed that day. My head spins, and I brace my paws against the armrest, trying not to fall over. And he attacked me, clawed me up. And for the first time. Jenna sticks out her arm and pulls back some of the fur, where I see bits of crusted blood. You knew that water felt like. What water felt like. I had to run for him, and he chased me run in front of him, but he chased me for a while. To everyone else. And as it did, I realized the whole town was different. Everyone was different. Suffocating. I swallow hard, still gripping into the couch, but Jenna doesn't seem to notice, and Kudzu's looking at her. The humming in my head finally starts to die down. You say he's at Leo's. Is he okay? Do you explain what happened? I shake my head, but only a little. I feel like I'm gonna throw up. Do you have any more muffins, Kudzu? But, no, but he's been acting a little strange, I guess. I need to talk to him, make sure he's actually okay. We will. Though I'm not sure that she'll find him okay at all. So what happened after all that? It looked like you were hiding out there. Kudzu gestures a paw at the window. Jenna covers her face with both paws, sighing deeply. That I'm not too sure about. After I ran, it all just sort of became a dream. I only remember bits and pieces. We wait a moment as Jenna seems to think. I remember I went back to the motel, I think, but then I saw something. Jenna pauses, then lets out a little humorless laugh. A thing that I remember from my childhood. A monster, I guess. A monster? Yeah, like this thing. Jenna waves her paw in front of her face. It had a red face, and I don't know. I thought I saw it in my closet a few times as a kid. Felt like it was chasing me. What do you think it was? Jenna laughs hollowly again. Wait. Hold the phone. Jenna. Maybe underscore echo? Uh, I just kind of want to think of something. Let's see. There's. Uh, yeah. Do. It's hard to. Like, this game's haven't been for a while, so I'm like, okay, how is it that we find stuff without spoiling? Or, like, how to read how far we're into the game? Because, like, remember, I did that hour-long Let's Play being like, and we're gonna go into the end because I feel like this is the finale, and it wasn't even close. Because there's this, like, two-image scene where it's like, okay, I do see this face, which is red, but it also kind of looks like the thing from earlier. Also, who the fuck is that? I mean, it's a whole bunch of stuff. But anyways, Jenna laughs hollowly again. Oh, I don't think it's anything. Oh, bother. I must have had my own little breakdown after seeing everyone else's. Jenna sighs deeply again, sitting back on the couch. But then, you guys came along, and now I think everything is clear. Jenna leans back for a moment, breathing deeply, and, for the first time, it seems like she's relaxing a bit. She turns her attention back to Kudzu. Hey Kudzu, is it? Kudzu nods. Mind if I use your restroom? I just need a moment to collect myself. And pee too. An actual toilet would be nice. Oh, yeah, just right there. Kudzu points to a thin little white door between the kitchen and the living area. Thanks. And with that, Jenna disappears into the bathroom. Kudzu and I sit in silence for a moment, listening to the sounds of running water from a faucet. Well, I think now we have a reason to go back to Leo's house. I know he won't be mad at you if he knows you found Jenna. I don't know about that, but yes, we're gonna have to go back with her. I'll talk to him first, in case he's still out of it. Again, thanks. I'm glad you're here with me right now. Kudzu rubs his arm awkwardly. I get panicky when things get physical, which they have a lot lately. He gestures at the cushion next to me. After a moment of hesitation, Kudzu gets up from the recliner and sits next to me. I reach around him and squeeze him to my side. It's cool. Like I said, he saved my ass so many times at this point, it's the least I can do. I almost tell him he's been there for me more than anyone at this point, but that feels a bit too much right now. Kudzu chuckles and leans back, his arm brushing mine. I didn't always used to be like this, you know. What? A fucking coward. I mean, there's cowardice. Then there's you. Those are two different parts of a spectrum. Just saying. You know? Like cowardice so all the way on this side, Kudzu on that side. Or to put it a different way, he's not a coward. I scrunched my muzzle up. Oh, I thought we were like overtime, but I guess not. Cool. Wait, no way. You've been insanely brave. Kudzu shakes his head. Nah, you saw me at Duke's house when he got caught, then down in the basement, then Leo tossed me out. He twists at my face. Those are all great reasons to have been scared, Kudzu. You still faced all of it. Kudzu looks unconvinced. I don't know, Chase. After what Leo did, I don't think I was gonna come back. No, wait. Yeah. I shrug. Well, then I'm glad I came after you then. Kudzu's quiet for a moment. Then he chuckles quietly, leans his head back to stare at the ceiling. What? Just, I moved to Echo to get away from stuff like this. Kudzu shakes his head. Now, look at what happened. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, people going crazy? That, and guns, and violence. Peyton isn't a rough city compared to others in this country, but it has rough patches. And I lived in one of those patches. I think you told me that you moved here because there's less people. Like, I don't know, I felt like you could have moved like, I don't know, a mile outside of Peyton. Yeah. I don't think you'd want to come to a place where there was like lots of drugs, just saying. Ketchy sighs quietly. It's not the only reason. I lost someone a few years back. I needed a fresh start, I guess. The silence drags out for a moment as I contemplate that. My eyes drift to picture frames by the love seat, the one where someone had their arm around Kudzu. In it, I see a hare, smiling just as toothy as the raccoon next to him, a good head taller than his companion. But now look where I am. I snap my eyes back to the raccoon, not wanting to get caught looking. But I don't know what to say, so I just settle with, "We're gonna get you out. Just gotta listen for that train." Kudzu has his eyes closed, so I lean back too. Despite all that shit that's going on inside, there's something really peaceful about being here, next to Kudzu, with his neat little trailer, We sat there for a while, listening to the soft rush of running water. After a while, I turned towards the bathroom, realizing how comfortably full my bladder is right now. Jenna doesn't seem to be coming out anytime soon, though. Listen, I gotta go take a piss. Again? Kudzu smirks at me. "Oh, yeah, it's been a few hours. I pee a lot anyways. Do otters pee a lot?" "Oh yeah, very good to know." "Yeah, I'll be right back." Kudzu's joking demeanor suddenly drops. "I don't know. I think we should stick together right now. Remember what happened last time." "Right, got hit by a car. You want to watch me?" Kudzu pauses. Is he blushing there? Kinda looks like it. I'll stand in the doorway, right? Just go by the other side of the trailer. By the side of the trailer. Right, alright. I think with that scene changes us at 30 minutes, we should call it again. Yep. Buddy. And I thought this was going to be as quick as TJ's routes. Not even close. Well, that's going to be the end of this. Let's play. Maybe I'll finish it tomorrow. Who knows? So anyways, please comment, because I like comments. Tell me what you like, dislike, tips, tricks, always. If you like me, YouTube, and Alexi Grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out the videos that grow. And please remember to spay your animals to control the pit population. And until next time, let's play me, GamerWolfSix of Echo. Known if we can play this game, HIO. And you want to support the people that make this game? Patreon. Sorry, I'm a bit tired. Both like physically because exercise day, doing a lot of these videos because I want to get to the end of the story and stuff. And emotionally? Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, thanks, see ya.